You know there's someone out there who unconditionally
Stay here, Joanne. I want to hear what happened.
loves you, so just hold on, cause you know it's true. And if you can take the pain, then you
finish
can
the song.
withstand
Almost over.
anything. And one day stand hand in hand with the truth. I say amen. Amen. I said amen. I said amen. I said
Amen.
I don't understand why Lynn is trying to justify all her actions. You know, she's just a sweet southern lady. She's so
Yeah.
full of
So what
baloney.
happened? She messed with
Well, apparently
Joanne.
she's retweeting, you know, Joanne's picture, which she has her
Oh,
grandbabies in, and
she's
she knows
doxing
it
them,
bothers
the
Joanne.
kids again, huh?
Okay, whether she got it from a public profile or not, she's repeatedly putting it, you know, on
Oh, of course. We
Periscope
know what she's
and,
doing.
you know, I mean, Twitter, and just she did it like 4 times in a row. So, I mean, if that doesn't show intent to annoy, harass, and alarm somebody, I don't know what does. And she's doing it to be spiteful and be mean. There's no other reason why
Oh,
she would
that's
do
what
it.
kind of person she is. Here comes Joanne up. She's coming up now. So what Joanne was talking to her? Here she comes.
Yeah, I tried to beam up and Mike wouldn't let me up.
You couldn't talk to her. You cannot talk to her. She lies. And when you do talk, she just goes on and on and on. And then I asked Mike, I said, please, Mike, I've been coming in your scopes for years. I said, can you do me a favor and just not let her in when I'm talking to you?
Right.
I says, you know, please do me that favor. So he agreed. And about, I don't know, a few minutes later, he lets her in.
Of course
So
he had to let her up, and he wouldn't let me up.
Okay, Mike, I said, I see you did what you said you wouldn't do. I said, I'm out.
Yep.
And I left.
He wouldn't let me up. And, you know, you asked the audience, you said, just somebody tell me, like, what, you know, with her doing that, why would she do that? First of all, she knows it bothers you. That's why she's doing it, to be spiteful. Whether it's legal, whether it's illegal,
It don't bother me anymore. You know
no, it
what,
doesn't,
Val?
because you're to the point where you're done with it. And
you know what, Val?
She's spiteful.
God knows the heart. I could go get a picture of somebody, her kids. I could do that easily. But Val, I won't do it.
Right?
Yep. You're the better person for not doing it. Exactly.
That's actually what they want you to do. That's what they want me to do. Lynn's probably thinking, like, I can't believe Matt didn't put a picture of my kids up yet.
Let me tell you, I came so close the other day. I can't do it. That I can't do that to a kid.
Right.
No, because you wouldn't be able to put your head on the pillow at night knowing that you went down to their level. Yep.
I wouldn't be able to put my head on the pillow.
Exactly.
Yep. Exactly. And then she tries to justify it. Well, all right, listen, we all know whether it's public or not. Forget about that argument. The point is,
you don't have a right to share somebody's picture.
Right.
The unwritten rule where I come from, you don't touch anybody's kids' pictures.
Right.
And she knows that it bothered you the first time with Judy, and we all said yes. I even said it's public.
Right.
And then, you know, when you think about it, even though it's public, it's something that shouldn't be shared around in that kind of manner.
Right.
No less.
I agree.
Right.
But
only
you
a sick person would
that's
do that.
what they all do. That's
what I said. God don't like ugly. God does not like ugly.
That's their way of getting back.
And don't forget, Lynn was petrified of Mike. Mike was going to throw shooting stars at her.
He was going to chop her up into little pieces and bury her out in the forest and let the fucking bears eat her.
Well, I never heard that.
Yeah.
But
she was terrified. Terrified of him. That's what she said. She was terrified of him. But we all know how she lies. Obviously, she's
And now
not.
she's saying that I'm using Steven. First of all, I've never talked to Steven. I sent him one message when he was upset. I said, Steven, don't let these people
Yeah, but
bother
you've been
you.
close with Steven for
Yeah.
years.
For the
Way
beginning,
long
for the beginning,
time.
but that's the only time I ever spoke to him. Now she's saying that we're trying. You know, she
That's how
just
I know
likes.
Steven through Val.
Yep, that's when I first started coming on Periscope. He was one of the first people that I met because he
And
was
leave
from
him
New Jersey.
alone. They fight with him, not for nothing. Leave him alone. If he says stupid things, he says terrible things, you don't fight with that kind of person.
Exactly.
You
Right.
just don't.
And then they're threatening
So that
Kathy,
should tell
threatening
us
to go
really,
to
we
his
really don't
parents.
belong in their
No,
company. We
and-
don't belong addressing them. We are so above them, and I don't boast about things. I really don't. But
No.
I gotta say, we are so above those people that
Yep, they have no class. And leave
no,
Steven alone. And then to bring his parents into it and say, first of all, Kathy
it's
cannot sue him.
disgusting.
And
It's
you know what? She's doing
disgusting.
that to him. She's psychologically playing a head game with this guy. And they know that he has, you know, certain things going on, you know, that he, you know, we know how Steven is. We don't have to repeat it, but Steven is in a different category. You can't taunt that kind of person. And what she's doing is taunting him and scaring him that she's going to go to his parents. She's going to sue him. The parents are going to have to pay out all this money. Steven, I'll tell you right now, nobody's suing your parents. Don't
Right.
worry, Steven.
Sue's parents for what?
It's
Sue's parents for
terrible.
what? Having Steven? Are you kidding me? I mean, seriously, for what?
Mhm.
I mean, it
Yep.
sounds like a moron even saying
it's-
something like that.
Yep.
And
It's
sue your parents.
Hi, Tamara. Hey, Karen. Hey, who else is there?
Oh, hey, Karen,
Hey,
what's up?
Debbie.
Oh, yeah. And I was reading actually before. They were bullying Sandra Piacenza. They were bullying her earlier, supposedly.
Yeah.
I was reading comments. Her, Lynn, she was going back and forth with Lynn and the other dumb one. What's her name? The dumb blonde. Help me out a little bit. Who's the dumb blonde?
Yeah, see what Karen said? She isn't going to do anything but harass him and his family. Yep, because she can't ignore him. That's all you have to do is ignore him. And I told him, I said, don't bring up her name. Don't give her a reason to say anything about
Ellie.
you. I told him that.
Ellie, yeah, I couldn't even remember her name. She's so dumb I don't pay any attention to her when I read her comments.
Yeah. It's just unbelievable. You know, he was so upset. He called into Mike's Beam. He was cursing at them. F you, F you. I mean, he does get a little carried away when people go into download scope. He gets upset at people. I'm not saying Steven doesn't say things that he shouldn't say. I'm not saying that he doesn't apologize 100 times. But you know what? It's
Yeah,
Steven.
but there is a way to handle him.
Exactly.
As adults.
Oh, dropped her.
As adults, which he was probably going to say, we have to be the bigger person and understand it. And if you're going to interact with Steven like that, then just ignore him. Be the better person, because sometimes he doesn't comprehend it. And if he does comprehend it, he's hard-headed, and he'll go back to his actions in a couple of days, and then you're back at square one. Just ignore him or block him. I mean, you have a grown woman, Kathy, fighting with Steven DeVacchio. I mean, come on, Kathy. Be better than that.
Yeah, really. Yeah, Debbie, it's in Longshin's Twitter. Logical lady. It's in the comments. Sandra Pia and
And I told him, ignore her and she will hopefully ignore you. That, Steven, if you start interacting with her, then you're causing the problem. Just ignore her.
Right. That's what you got to do. Is Steven here?
I don't know. Let me see if
No,
I could.
no.
How do you get it? Oh, I guess I just retweeted it. I don't know how to
What are you
work
trying to
this
do?
thing.
Steven was here earlier.
Trying to see if
Came in at the beginning.
I shared on thing. I retweeted it.
What are you trying to do?
This thing. I was trying to share it to my page, I guess, so maybe he could see
You
it.
probably did it. You retweeted it and posted it on Twitter, so it's on yours.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I was trying to do videos before, and you know what? every time it said broadcast ended. Why aren't they staying up?
I don't know. That happened to me too, actually, when I first did the first few lives, and they weren't up but right away, but they did come up. So I mean, they might come up. I don't know.
Oh.
I know the first couple I deleted right away, and just because I thought if they weren't going to come on, but I think I left a couple of them.
Yeah, it says broadcast ended on all my
Yeah, but
my
when you were
videos.
live though, it was when you'd move around, it was freezing up a little bit.
Oh, it was. That's probably because I was where I was. But anyway, you know what? These people, they don't want to stop. Listen, if it bothers them that I say Judy, 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 I mean, that isn't good humor. That is not anything,
But-
doxing her
And then
or going
and
below the belt. It's a little tease, and that's what she got all bent out of shape. Her and Tracy
and the
about.
Popo
Give me
Judy
a break.
thought that's screaming her name by saying that. Well,
Yeah,
well,
it is. It's
well,
childish.
answer this. I mean, can she answer this? Because I didn't know that the Beatles made that song after her.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No. And then she was in Mike's space earlier when I was in there, and she's denying that she has anything to do with anybody's kids, job, and she has nothing to do with stuff getting sent to my house and all this other stuff. And she swore and back and forth. Well, I hope she's not lying, because you know what? Like I said, God don't like ugly. Hey, Tamara.
Hey, can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yep, I hear you.
Yeah. How
All
you
right.
doing?
I'm doing all right. Oh, and you know what? Don't just Judy, whatever. Judy, Judy, Judy,
proud of you. You were
Judy,
doing very
Judy,
well.
Judy.
Uh-oh, now
Um,
Tamara's screaming her name.
which Kathy? What Kathy is bothering Steven? Oh,
Barker
fuck.
was
Oh,
saying,
God.
she tweeted a bunch of times saying that she was going to, contact his parents, and she's going to sue him in court and all this other stuff. And he got very upset about it. You can't do that to that
Hold
kid.
on one second. What?
I call him a kid.
Tony? No. Oh, my God.
But I also told
That's right,
him
Karen.
he cannot interact with her. If he interacts with her, then he's causing his own problems. So.
Well, everybody needs to do what I do. Block them all. My life has been amazing.
Oh yeah, that's driving them crazy. That's driving them crazy.
Oh
I
yeah,
She actually
so-
tweeted about you having been locked behind closed doors.
yeah. She's so mad. She
You
went and took some screenshots on her troll
Pam.
account. You know how crazy she is? She actually,
Well,
I put something up yesterday, and she actually put a screenshot up of it, and was calling me a stalker and said, "Look, 11 minutes. This was 11 minutes ago." And and I have her blocked. So that means even though I have her blocked, every 11 minutes she comes and checks to see if there's something up about her or anything that she could take a screenshot and post about.
Well, the thing is,
Did
you
a
have to
private space last night.
you have to block them,
Okay.
and then you also have to make your Twitter account private. Then they can't see anything. And it was so funny because I did see one of you guys
Work that come in and enjoy it. They
and
laugh.
Lynn was like, Gretel, we know what you do behind your little block account. It's like, no,
Yeah.
you don't. No, you don't, because on my account, I don't speak any of their names.
No,
I am so happy.
No,
If she
you
knows what
haven't.
you're doing, then she knows you're happy and not talking about her.
I have only let
how insane
The
she
whole
is.
title scope.
I've only let like 20 people follow me. It's like,
Yeah, it's better. I think I'm gonna go
oh,
private.
I love it.
Insane,
I
Lynn.
love it.
She did a whole thing on my, on the space thing. She put Daisy or something like that, and how I struggle.
Struggle. Coming from her, that's funny.
My struggle. Oh, did you see the receipt?
My dad said, I know, come on. And he getting mad.
That's not me talking. That's somebody else.
Oh, I was gonna say, Tamara, what happened? You got down.
No, it's
So
somebody that
Tamara
came
was pulling a
outside.
cropper and shit.
No.
Her
Did you
voice
see the
changed all of a
receipts I
sudden.
posted about Judy? So what I posted the receipts on Judy is when she said, "If you keep it up, you're going to see what happens." And then she says, "I'm going to pack up a nice little
That
care
was a threat.
package." Oh,
That was
really?
a threat.
Yep.
She's
Yep.
threatening she
But
is
she didn't do
threatening a
anything,
New
right?
York Police Department officer, whether retired or not, it doesn't matter. That was a
Yeah.
threat.
What kind of package you going to send,
Yeah,
Judy? What
really,
kind of package?
really.
And we're going to see what
Gonna-
happens. We're going to see
You're gonna
what
send a
happens.
caretaker
Really, Judy?
package to retired police officers. Really
I mean, is
Mhm.
she threatening like her
interesting.
son on you or something? You know, I mean,
I mean, it's an open threat. I mean, what is
Why?
it, Judy? You know, but you don't want to be in the drama, and you're not in the drama. But you publicly came out and said that, and you've said my name, Val. So it's not
hold
like
on,
you
you
didn't
guys,
say
one
Yeah, I
it.
would.
second.
I
It
mean,
Tony,
was
your
really, I
mom's
wonder what
looking
Michael
for
would
you.
think about his mother fucking saying that. She's gonna send a retired police
Your mom's
officer's
been out there
caretaker
looking for you.
package to their fucking
She
home.
may have to-
Hold on.
I mean, him being a police officer and all.
Yeah, she was like, "Where's my car? Where's my son?" I was like, "I don't know." All right, sorry guys.
That's right, Tamara. It is sick. It is sick. God.
So my apartment is done
Oh, that's good.
almost. Yep, almost. We went over there and looked at it, but I'm not happy with the outcome because it turns out that there's some weirdo freak that's going to be moving up upstairs above me now.
No, I
So
can't turn that off.
I don't even know if I want it back.
I don't even know how to turn that off, anyways.
Huh?
I don't even know if you can turn that off.
I'll be back out.
All right. Yeah. Love hope.
I'm going to drop because I got too many people talking to me.
Yeah. All right.
I'll be
Tamara.
right back.
All right. All right. Yeah, I don't think. I don't even think you can. There's an option to turn off the comment reporting. Unless there is, you let me know. Somebody. I don't think she's saying she threatened her with her son, Pam. She's threatening to send something. Former police officers home. I'm saying I wonder what her son would think about his mother fucking saying some crazy shit like that. Or doing it. That's what I'm saying. Especially him being a police officer himself. That you, Tamara?
No, there is no way to. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you.
There's no way to turn off. Oh my God, my dog just drooled on me. There's no way to turn off the. That's why you got. I keep trying to tell you guys. I'm not trying to.
Could you
Be
imagine how
mean,
embarrassed
but
he'd be caring after that? After
You
he
have
found out
to
that one?
block. If you don't block these people and make it private, they are going to continue to report. My life is great. They're all out of my life, and I'm happy.
Yeah, I do
But
mine is private, but you see, I block them. But
you have
I
to
put mine.
block them and then set it to private.
That's what you'd have to do. But I'm not. I got like friends from work that listen to me. I'm not having them on
Okay.
my list so these people could fucking go and taunt them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
well, I personally had enough, with Periscope, and all I wanted was my little circle of friends that I could keep in contact with, and I'm happy. So, but I understand what you guys are doing, and I not promote it, but I mean I'm there for you. I love you guys. You're my friends, and I'm going to be here. That's why you guys are following me, and I'm following you. But the rest of them can all go.
Right.
Suck it. I don't care. I don't miss them. I'm glad they're gone. And I am a happy Tammy.
Oh, it drives Lynn crazy too.
Oh, I know.
You're driving her so crazy that she's pretending that she sees stuff that isn't even happening.
I'm not even.
I mean,
I'm
that's how
not even
insane she is.
talking about them on my Twitter because I don't care. They don't even. You know, it was so funny because when you were talking about the blonde, I have not even heard that chick's name in almost a month. I don't even remember who she is. You know, and I like
Right.
it that way. I like it
Oh, me
that way.
neither. I don't talk about her. I don't know why she's commenting about me. That's fucking weird. I
She's
couldn't even remember
another
her name
one.
before. And that's how much I think about her. All I know is she's some skinny anorexic thing. But
Isn't she
that's as much as
supposed
I
to
would
be?
say about her. You know,
Isn't she supposed to be married?
uh, I have no idea. That's how much I know about her.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's supposed to be married, like a happily married woman with children, you know. And
Don't seem too happy to
yet
me.
she spends, you know, 20 hours a day on Periscope with that Don Stakes guy. You know, just like you
Oh
know,
yeah,
it's like
Karen.
if
Karen,
you're
that's
so
right.
happy in your life, why are you constantly doing things for people?
Yeah, because she's
Just
not
cracks me
happy.
up.
She's not happy at all.
But
But Karen,
Judy,
it's driving
Judy,
them nuts
Judy,
that they
Judy,
can't see
Judy,
Karen.
Judy, Judy,
Driving them
Judy.
crazy. They can't see Karen. Well, you know, I
Yeah.
actually I got a message too. This is fucking funny because Lynn puts all these hashtags up, like hundreds of hashtags she uses, and because she just wants like a couple people to see. You know, I mean, she's so desperate. And I got a message from somebody that clicked on her hashtag and was asking me how fucking who is this fucking nuts lady? I was looking at all her stuff. He says, and she's just crazy. I mean, her own fucking posts make her look insane. I have no idea who this person was. This person had no idea who I was, who
Matt,
she
that
was.
reminds me. That
You would have
reminds
never
me.
seen her if she didn't put them hashtags up.
Oh,
She's
but
making
Matt,
herself out to be insane. It's fucking
Matt,
hilarious.
another funny thing is Joey Squares was in Lynn's because you know I follow Joey, so I can see
Dead
Joey
serious. The
Squares.
only reason he
I
messaged
can
me is
see
because he's seen her fucking having posts up about me with all these hashtags and shit.
yes,
He
and
comes and messages me. Well, go ahead,
I
Kabir.
saw I saw Joey Squares spaces
Somebody
today.
recognized one, Karen. Yeah.
I saw Joey Squares spaces today. And the only reason I could see Lynn in there is because I do follow Joey and I'm invited into his
Right.
squares. And there was people that were talking about Lynn, you know, like commenting in Twitter saying, put your boots on. The shit is getting really deep. And they were asking where that crazy woman came from. So I don't know what she was talking about because I would not. I didn't even go in Joey Square. Joe, just so funny. Joey Square is Joey Square. But anyhow, I did not even go in there or spaces. I didn't go into spaces because I saw Lynn was in there. But it was so funny because all I saw through my feed, Twitter feed, was people talking about Lynn and saying, put your boots on. The shit is getting deep. Where did this loon come from? Where did this crazy woman come from? I was cracking up, and it's
Yeah.
probably people she doesn't even know. But
Yeah. Of
yeah,
course it is.
there's a lot of people on Twitter that think she's crazy. They're like, "Where'd she
Yeah.
come from?"
Fucking, it's her own hashtags fucking had somebody DM me because he seen me, you know, with all her these hashtags and shit. So he messages me and shit. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Fucking wow. Thank you, Lynn. You're proving my point. I don't even have to do anything.
She's a loon.
All right, let's count how many times she says the F word too.
I'm gonna
Who,
drop.
who
All
we
right.
counting to say who says the F word?
Going to school and doing shit. Now, continue the fuckery, and we'll fucking see what happens. So, all right now, put your big girl pants on, get into your fucking messenger, and come tell me. continue the fuckery, and we'll fucking see what happens. So, all right now, put your big girl pants on, get into your fucking messenger, and come tell me what it is that you want. And then I'll mail you a fucking little care package that will make you fucking feel better about who you are. Because you know you are a shitty fucking friend. Now, I got shit to fucking do today. I got doctor's appointments all fucking day long. So at some point, I'll fucking respond to you if you have enough balls to come into my fucking text message and fucking respond.
Keep it classy. Keep it classy.
Wasn't she the one that wasn't answering you not too long ago?
Yeah, she blocked me. She thinks I'm butthurt because she
And
blocked
she
me.
goes and says, "Oh, you had the fucking balls." What is she gonna do? I mean, she sounds very mad. First of all, is she gonna beat you up? I mean,
Well, I'm gonna see what she's gonna do. I'm gonna see what she's gonna do. You heard her?
yeah.
Hello.
Listen.
Hey, Pam.
Really, Judy?
Going to school and doing shit. Now, continue the fuckery, and we'll fucking see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
What happens,
Really.
huh?
Hi, Pam.
My very
We'll see what
favorite
happens,
part
all
of
right.
that whole thing is when she says, "You were a shitty friend. Everyone knows that." Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Judy. Wait.
Oh God, that is funny.
You know, isn't it funny that every person, I mean, how many friends does she have left? Well,
Oh, she got Tina. She got Tina now.
Yeah, Tina and Lynn. I can't wait. I can't. I swear to
get any
God, I
better than
cannot
that.
wait. I cannot wait. I can't. Every day I wake up and go, "Is today the day?" Oh my
Yeah.
God.
When they turn
Because
on each
it's going
other.
to be so, my God. Oh my God, now. I can't.
And it's just a matter of time. You know that.
No, it's got 24 seconds left on the clock. And they're into the third time, and somebody's going to put that basket right in that hoop. And the crowd's going to go crazy and cheer. I mean, we know what it's going to be. The first call will be to her son. That's going to be priceless. It's going to, what in the hell?
From Tina.
Yeah. I mean, what the hell was she even thinking? I mean,
Yeah.
what a crackerjack. I mean, what was she
You get
thinking?
going on that. Michael will find out that you're threatening to send caretaking packages to former law enforcement because Tina will tell her.
But it's an understatement. Do you hear Judy say, "Everybody"? Because every one of us has said the same that about her. She was, she was never a friend. She didn't know how to be anybody's friend. And she shit on every one of us in here. Every one of us.
Yep. Well, she got paranoid when I stopped interacting with the Turners. I said, "I'm not fighting no more. You know what? It's boring. I'm tired of it." And you know what?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to try to see if they stop. If I stop, maybe they'll stop. Okay, one of us had to be the bigger person. I said, "You know what?" One day I just said, "I'm not even going to mention their name." And you know what? Miraculously, they never mentioned my name again. And that's all it was. To this date, I never had a conversation with them about it. I never had anything that, yes, she came into my scope. I saw it afterwards. She wasn't in there starting drama. And whether she goes into Matt's scope and starts stuff, that's not my room. That's not my responsibility. And that's when Judy got very paranoid.
And
She got very nervous. Yeah. But for 6 months before that, 4 to 5 months rather before that, I said, I don't want, I'm tired of it. And I stopped doing it, for a while. It's boring after a while. It's fun once in a while making a little jokes here and there, like, Judy. That's so upsetting that she has to act the way she acts. Oh, you keep it up, Al. You're going to see what happens. What's going to happen?
Right.
Well, what's going to happen? Come on.
Yeah. Right.
She's paranoid.
Well, but she's
Very
always been like
paranoid.
that, and she'll never change from that. And it's not. I'm not sure it's paranoia as much as she fears that her family is really going to find out what's going with what she does.
Yeah.
Because I watched very carefully the interaction between these wives and husbands when they say,
Yeah.
"My husband knows everything." And then
Bullshit.
I watch the interaction in the car, and I
Right.
hear one thing when the truth is slightly different than that, and I'm sure.
Nobody's husband wants to hear their wife on an app arguing with people that they
Huh.
don't even know about
Right.
bullshit.
Making
come on.
threats, making
Right.
calls to families, making more threats, making calls to agencies. All of these things, it's so ridiculous. And that's what I said about, that Russian who isn't a Russian. I mean, I know exactly who that is. And I'll tell you all who it is. Not here, but I will tell you who it is. And then you'll be able to piece it together.
The Niccolo guy?
The commie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Funny that it's going to be a commie.
But anyway, not that that's important, but Judy, you did make me laugh when you said that Val was a shitty friend, when we've all said that about you. Every person here
and every person
will
over there.
attest that you, every person
because
over
let's be
there
real.
at one time, sometimes two
So that
or
means
three.
pretty much everybody.
Everybody. Yeah.
And
everybody.
how scared she is of Matt when she, for months or years rather, anybody comes to me, I'll fuck. Every word is F out of her mouth too. She has so much in her mouth. I always
That
told
too.
her that, you know what? And when she used to say that you could suck my D-I-C-K, I'm like, you don't have one. Don't talk like that. That is so
Right.
trashy. And she still continued it. But anyway,
Well,
you know how she was going to beat everybody up and nobody, she's not scared of nobody. Well, the first thing he said, if you mess with my kid's job, she ran right to the po-po. Right to the po-po.
Exactly. And that's
Somebody
what
was
he
scared.
said. If you do.
You got somebody scared all the time.
Right. And now she's saying, oh, just so you know, today she warned you, Matt, if you say one more word, she's bringing your latest threats to.
Okay, bring him back there. Bring him back there, Judy.
Because you're accusing that you did that she did something to your daughter's job, and you said if.
Okay.
So you know what? If you didn't do anything with the daughter's job, you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
that's right.
Exactly. If you had nothing to do with it, but
nothing to worry about. So I still stand by what I said, Judy. If you had something to do with my daughter's job, you know what will happen.
Yeah, but you're not. Well, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna. So let's make that clear in your own voice, so she don't have. Oh, this is what he said. He's going to kill me.
Oh, no.
Nobody's killing you.
I said, you know what will happen. You know what will happen.
It's an expression.
Exactly.
Make it
is an expression.
Make it clear. Right. Make it clear, Matt, because they're in the hallway, that it's an expression.
She can take it any way she wants.
All the time.
I'll talk to the law when they call, and we'll talk about the fake phone call that she made and lied to them. So what makes them? I mean, seriously.
And then she had to call them back.
Yeah.
The lie. And
a day later. A day later.
And I told you, Val. I just got off.
24 hours later.
That was after you did your scope, and then she realized, oh, wait a minute, I just lied to the police. I better fix it.
24 hours later, she calls. Oh, I made a mistake. He wasn't contacting me. I just said that.
Right.
Or, didn't she say her husband told her to
But if
to
he
do
never
that?
if he never said that on the recording when the cop called you wouldn't have known. But when he said, I would like you to stop contacting her via text, via email, via social media, you said, text? I don't contact her like that. And she heard your live, so she called up the cop. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. He's not contacting me that way, and then blaming it on the cop, like the cop took the report wrong.
Like we're gonna believe that one. The cop's just gonna say, "Oh, he's contacting her," even though she didn't say that.
He wouldn't have even called you if she didn't say that you were contacting her via text. If it was social media and you just saying things, he wouldn't have made the phone call. But the reason why was because via text, that's a communication considered aggravated harassment in New York, with somebody repeatedly doing it. So he was investigating her complaint. And then she heard you come out on a live and say, when you played the phone call of the cop saying that you were contacting her via text, she was like, now
Yeah,
she
and you know what?
panicked because she knows there's going to be no paper trail of you
Yeah,
contacting
and
her.
after she contacted him and told him that she lied 24 hours before, I'll bet you any money he crumpled
That's
that
a
up. He
false
crumpled that
report.
up and said, I knew it. She was on the EDP list. I knew it. That's what he did.
Oh, this is the same person that made the
Oh my
complaint about the
God.
Marine a couple of years ago. Oh, this is the
No,
same person that made the
yeah.
complaint about the people that live in Oklahoma and now in Texas. Oh, this is the same person that made another
About
complaint.
Ohio.
When you make multiple
Gosh.
complaints,
She's
Right.
got problems with people in
Yeah.
every state, they're probably thinking.
Well, you
Every state.
you have to choose. You have to choose wisely when you're contacting the police.
Yes. And you have to be honest and you have to be truthful.
Exactly, you do.
Because it's a
Could you
sworn
could you
statement
imagine?
when you sign a complaint.
Could you imagine if you talked to them? All of a sudden they'd be like, "Oh, now we're talking to a cop that she fucking is harassing in New York, a former cop." A former cop in New York. We got all these complaints from her, all these false complaints from her, from people in every single state of the United States. Now we got an officer, a fellow officer.
Has she called Arizona yet? Oh, wait.
I'm sure she called plenty of times.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Should I take that as, and we're going to see what happens? What's going to happen? I mean, that's an open threat, Judy. I mean, come on. You know better, don't you? Weren't you so worried about the Turners and everything else? And, they were threatening your family and threatening this. Well, now you're doing the same thing.
Well, when she goes to the cops,
well, you're doing it all
when she goes to
along?
the cops and she keeps her word of what she said that she's going to go to the cops because I said, don't fuck with my daughter's job, Judy. And I fucking mean it. You can take that to the cops. We'll talk to them and they could listen to that recording of how she's going to send something to a former officer's home.
On Mike's Beam, she tried to justify when she did the scope in front of the Dollar General. Well, I only did that because I thought MJ worked there. No, you knew the kid worked there.
No, they knew the kid worked there.
You were doing that to taunt. She was doing that to taunt her. Then she wants to turn around and say she don't mess with kids.
Just like they're retiring to Knoxville. Just like I saw this. I saw everything on that computer really turned into. I
remember that one?
Saw the things that were stacked on the computer. I mean, she lies, and it's incredible.
Yep.
That's all I can say.
I hope that they're investigating that with the with their kids, because if something happened to. And I don't even get along with them, but you know what? Their kids had nothing to do with this stuff.
Exactly.
And calling up and doing things, and then her taunting. And that's when I realized, you know what? She's dirty. She's sneaky, and she's doing something behind the scenes. And you know what? She would never let me know because she knows in a heartbeat I'd fucking, do what I had to do. So she wants to be sneaky with Tracy, and they want to be cute and everything. And now they're all coming after me. Bring it.
Yeah.
Right. See why they think they're so tough.
I'm not scared of them.
Let's see what they think they're so tough with.
Well, if they got nothing to hide, you know what? Then, I'll say I'm wrong. But you know what? My gut feeling, they got their hands in a lot of dirty stuff.
Oh, yes, they do. Oh, yes, they do. And unfortunately for them, people have talked. And they talked. That's the problem. See, they think that, yeah.
Yep. And this, I don't like to bring up Laura because I know you get upset with it.
No, it's very upsetting to me. Yeah. Because I want the answers.
They didn't know anything. But you were talking to her, not you, but she was talking to her, and then she does a video in front of the Dollar General just around that time. Come on, you don't have to be a detective to figure this stuff out.
No,
just because she plays stupid, she thinks that everybody's like on her dumb level, And
yeah,
And Judy, I know
Exactly.
you're listening. God don't like ugly. You should
God.
really go confess.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yep. One thing I know is that I could put my head on my pillow at night and sleep very
Exactly.
well because I never did any of those things these people did.
Same here.
No, and the thing is, Val, like like that what I posted today, which they can't see, which is even best. But saying we all did these things. No, we didn't do those things. You are sitting right with the people that did do those things, and it's just. See, it used to really aggravate me, and now it doesn't even, I don't even blink. But I just wanted everybody to see what was said today because you keep getting drugged through the mud and you did nothing. You have no proof. I have never done the things that he accused me of today. And it's like, it's just frustrating in a way because I know who he is and I'm going to expose him. And then he will have to scramble with the people that he is still friends with. Okay.
Good.
That he has done these things to, said these things about, and taken up a banner for a man who wears pink nail polish with funky feet. I'm sorry. A man who cannot, with all of his money and wealth, can't get his furniture dusted and cannot get his pants hemmed. Oh, for God's sake, I hope he has gotten those pants hemmed. What can I say? What can I say? But yeah, I'm just here on the sidelines. We're in the
Well, I hope
final.
you're doing well. You sound like you're doing well.
Great. I am. Oh, but President Biden, our new president, that guy?
Yeah.
Today he said, or was it yesterday? I might have missed the news. But he said, I think today, that those of us that have gotten vaccinated can now actually go outside. Unless we're in a small group of people, we could actually go outside now without a mask. And I said to my daughter, I haven't put a mask on outside at all. I might go out in the yard, rake my yard, walk at the park. I don't have my mask on. Now, I ask this question. Is that why older people are like driving around in their cars with masks on? Because they really think they got to keep a mask on outside? The wind blows here. I mean, it's like, even if I go to the park and there's like 20 people there, I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. Sorry.
Yeah. I always thought that was weird.
No. The only time, I was, though, double masking, And my daughter's friend last week went to get his first vaccination. Within 3 minutes, had a severe heart attack. And I'm not discouraging anybody. I'm just telling you. Talk it over with your family. Make the right decision for you. I mean, I'm okay. I'm almost in my 2-week period, and next week I can go outside without a mask on. Thank you, President Biden, for telling me that. I mean, seriously.
Biden did you a favor.
I saw people sitting out in their yard with their spouses, the people that are living in their house with them, and they all had masks on. I literally would point and laugh. Yeah, Karen's okay too. Karen had hers, and Karen's mom had hers, and that's 3 of us. We're all good.
Well, I'm all good, and I didn't have one. I've been all good since. So.
Yeah, well, I did. My body did react a little bit more.
I even had a big get together. My sister's house, Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Did you?
And guess what? Every single one of us are fine.
Yeah.
We're all good.
Yeah.
No vaccine, no masks, nothing.
Really? Nobody had masks on? Wow, Matt, you are brave people. No, I was still.
Don't get me wrong. There's a couple family.
Even after
there's a couple family members that were scared and they stayed home.
Well, yeah, really, seriously. And I'll tell you, they came on Sunday and then they got tested on Monday. They came on Sunday to pick up the girls, when they got the COVID, and they'd come in that Sunday to pick up the girls. and I threw my mask on, and my daughter and I were like arguing over it. And then the next day they go to because they're both sick, and they go to the clinic and they both got it. And I'm like, you see, this is why I put my mask on when you come. It's like, yeah, oh man, it was like so ridiculous. I know it seems ridiculous, but it's
I gotta
not.
say, I do
I
have
mean,
to say though, when I'm out in public, and all of a sudden I gotta sneeze, and I'm like, oh geez, or a cough or something.
Oh, geez,
so and then I do it, and then sure enough, of course, somebody's gonna look at me. So I say, oh fucking damn COVID.
Right. Yeah. Karen, we were up and down, we were back
and they get real scared.
We were, and then Karen says, well, I'm taking my mom. We're going to go get it. And I was like, what? You're what? You're going to take your mom? You take your mom too? I was like, oh no. And then they went, and I was like, okay. Is everybody okay? And then it was like number 2. Okay, here comes number 2. I had already had number 1 by then. I had braved the storm. I decided, okay, well, after the first one, and I, it was really the first one. I had some chills. I had a little headache. The headache was the hardest part, but because I couldn't, I couldn't tell with it. You know what I mean, Matt? It would come and it was like a sharp headache, and I don't get headaches at all. So it was really weird to me to even have a headache. Yeah. Oh. And then the second one, I had a little bit more reaction to.
I got to say, Pam, is I hope the experimental drug works out and everybody's okay. In years to come.
You know what? I will message you later why I'm not really afraid. You know what I mean? I thought I told you that the other day. I'm not really afraid. Yeah, I did. And yeah, I'm fine. I know, but and I know it's frustrating to keep hearing this from me. But when we got the polio vaccines and when we got the smallpox vaccine, I was just a kid, and nobody asked our parents if or the measles had vaccines. Nobody was asking our parents if it was like, okay. They just said, your child will be given their vaccine at this time at the school. And my dad took me on a Saturday. I remember that. And we were all lined up, and all I could remember was the kids crying. And one kid walked by crying, holding a sucker. And I said, hey, here's my arm. Let's go.
The one thing about them vaccines back then, though, Pam, is they were FDA approved.
A while.
They were FDA approved at the time. Right. They weren't just trying them out.
Right. That's true. It's absolutely true. But you know what? People did die, Matt. That's the sad part. There were people that had reactions to those vaccines as well.
Oh, probably. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt
it. And we have to, we just gotta cross our fingers and hope we get through this. I don't want to speak for other people, but I know some other people in here have had theirs too. I see. I had Pfizer. Somebody else here had Pfizer, and Karen had the Moderna, and we're all still here now. Johnson & Johnson. I think if you're, they're saying if you're under 50, then you're going to have to be cautionary about the blood clot. But I think if you're over 50, you shouldn't even be thinking about getting this in one dose. That's just what I'm saying. It's too potent. Both doses are potent, and I can't imagine combining the two. I think you're going to be, there's a lot of stories, I just don't think that anybody should be jumping into this one dose thing right now because of the blood clots. I would still be real cautious with that. I would do the 2 doses.
Right.
Yeah, it's back. Yeah, it's back, Daisy. They've got it here, and that's scary.
Pam, what do you think? Yeah, what do you think about spaces? I mean,
I haven't been there. I don't understand how that's working.
It's basically it's like me talking to you, but nobody in here right now. You can't comment. So I wouldn't be reading any comments when the other person's talking, or you wouldn't be.
So there would be no
It's
comments.
just like
So you
just
and
like
I
me
would
and
just
you on
be
the phone,
talking.
and everybody listening in. Yeah, so
Really?
just like us right now.
And then how many
Us
people?
right now, but basically you can't
Right.
comment. I don't even think you could turn the camera on if you wanted to show
Really?
something. I could be wrong, but I don't.
So how many people do you have on there at the same time? Just the two of you? Or
No, you could have
like
you could
4
have
people
more.
talking?
You could have more people talking.
Oh.
But I mean, you could only have so many people on there. You know what I mean? Talking where you can't everybody
right.
talking at the same
Right.
time.
Where you would have the three. Right.
So I'd have to say that's dumb. I mean, I think you're kind of dumb to even do that. Tell you the truth. Every time I go on one, it's like I'm there for like a minute tops, and I'm like, oh, this is dumb. I know.
Well, yeah, because I mean, do you really want to listen just to two people and not be able to make a comment or ask a question?
Yeah, right. Everybody.
I mean, I can't even see where that would be a positive because even if let's say you wanted to do a newsworthy something, okay, and you want just like we were just talking about having the vaccine and the reactions that people have had, or let's say you wanted to interview people who have had the vaccine. Okay?
I mean, unless these people are going to call up,
so
you know what I mean? I guess. But.
Right. So then you would have all of these people come in and they would all give their thing about their vaccine, but nobody can actually comment or ask questions. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, it's just
okay.
Right. Nobody could. Yeah, nobody wouldn't be able to ask.
Yeah.
If you had a question in the comments, you couldn't just write it in the comments. You'd have to. I got to call up and ask. I don't know. I just can't see that. I don't see the reasoning behind it.
Either that's the same as this, but no comment.
Freedom of speech in a way, but people suit themselves.
Well, no, not that. But I mean, what's the point?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I don't want to hear.
We could do that right here, and people could comment, or you know what I mean. Just
yeah.
I don't know. Right. I like to have the comments there. Right. I could read people's comments or whatever. Right.
Okay, I will. I want to tell everybody this. I did try to get a hold of the CDC. I tried to get a hold of county and state health departments. I even tried to get a hold of Pfizer directly.
I agree.
Because I had an allergic reaction to the second vaccine injection, and within 6 hours, I got I've had this before. I had it with Keflex, which is an antibiotic, and I wanted them to be aware that because I'm autoimmune, they during the trials, the clinicals, they never tested autoimmune people. And that makes it dangerous if you are autoimmune, and you really need to speak to your doctor, okay? But it was the same reaction I had with Keflex. It's the same reaction I've had with anything when I have an allergic reaction. And that is my feet and my calves, midway up to my calves, get little red bumps like measles. Like they just pop out everywhere and they itch like crazy. And even on the bottom of my feet and between my toes, I have these little red bumps everywhere. And, babies get those kind of reactions. And, but I've always had them. So when I'm allergic to something, and so it concerned me that I couldn't get a hold or talk to somebody at the CDC to give them my medical history, give them the fact that I was, was allergic to Keflex, and that the second Pfizer vaccine did this. And since it was on Sunday, I couldn't get in or make a call to my regular doctor, so I did one of those video phone call things with a doctor, and he called in steroids and a cream, and we opted just not to use the steroids at all. So it was like, okay. And it wasn't around where the injection was at all. I had nothing.
But that was from the
And
China virus vaccine.
yeah.
The China
Yes.
virus vaccine.
hmm Now, Karen, now I had Pfizer and I had that reaction, which was the same as the reaction that I've had to the Keflic. Okay. But I've never had any other kind of reaction to any other kind of antibiotic, but just the Keflic. So there's something in the Keflics and that's different than in others. Now, Karen, on the other hand,
I don't have the
she
China
had the
virus, Debbie.
Moderna, and within 24 hours, Karen was having hallucinations. And we read up on Moderna and Pfizer, but what we did find out was people that have had regular COVID, have had the virus, have actually had long-term hallucinations. And Karen ran quite a fever, right? You had a fever. She was really worse off than I was.
You know how to take good to yourself.
I was kicking. Yeah, we're guinea pigs. We're guinea pigs.
You think?
You know, like my daughter said to me today, I hope you don't have any long-term stuff that comes from this. I'm like, come on, it's out of my system already. My body's like, okay, I got it now. I did read, there was an article the other day that's very important. If you've had COVID, and you're in the, listen, see, this is very informative, Matt. You need to listen. If you have already had the COVID and you are part of the long haul people, the long haul people are the ones that had COVID and they are still having reactions of some sort. Like they'll still be having chills, or they'll still have fevers off and on, or they're having rashes, hallucinations, the different things that actually come with the virus. They were the first ones they started giving the shot, the vaccine to. And what immediately happened, one lady said, my life changed in 3 days when I got COVID. And within 3 hours, I am now who I was before I ever had COVID, because the vaccine itself knows and can isolate the virus, and that's what its job is. And it actually has put these people off the long haul list and back into functioning.
You know what I would do if I get it?
What would you?
I would do the same thing President Trump did last year. I would take some vitamins,
go to the hospital,
and whatever else he took. Okay. And the very next day I'd come out and I feel great.
He got some kind of treatment.
I feel great. I'm back.
Yeah. Yeah, no. He got some treatment though.
He took all natural stuff. Don't you remember?
That.
All natural.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was fine the next day. Yeah, I mean, you can't deny it. They didn't even have a vaccine then. He didn't experiment anything. He took all natural. He took some vitamins, and it was all good.
Well, they gave him that other thing. Like Karen will tell me in just a minute. Karen will tell me what he did, what he got. He got something that they were testing.
So you got to do, Joanne. I mean, he showed us last year. The very next day, he could be all good to go.
God, Joanne, you know, I still can't believe your husband, that you guys in that house didn't get it, because I mean, it flew through my daughter's house. You know. It did. I mean, the kids all got it.
When he did that last year, that showed me, hey, if I get it, I'll be fine the next day off of natural vitamins.
Yeah. Yeah, he did get 2 medications. Karen knows what they were. We talked about it. He got one of the test medications. They gave it to him. Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't take no trial vaccine.
I know. I thought, man. No, not the vaccine, Matt. He got a medication.
Yeah, medication that's already FDA approved.
On it.
It's been around for a long time.
Yeah. Well, right, it was. But not something for COVID itself. I think he used one of the AIDS inhibitors. I think that's what they gave him. Yeah. Yeah. Gosh, Viper, that's horrible. Wow. Wow. Well, yeah. I even asked Deb the other day. Oh, wait. Now I'm panicking over these blood clots. How am I going to know if I have a blood clot? My God. Well, you don't know. You know what I mean? Really, Matt, you don't
Man,
know. It's
how are you gonna know? Yeah.
it's like crazy. Yeah. I mean, it's, yeah. I mean, you got no idea when they say, well, you're going to have this and you're going to have that, And so I would just think that people would be, a little cautious with each of them. But I mean, I personally, and I think Deb would do that too, because of the Pfizer, there's been a lot less reaction to the Pfizer than there has been with the Moderna, even though it was supposed to be the strongest and the best one. Yeah, see, she's telling you now, your legs will get red and hot and it's painful. But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, and some people, they just think, oh, well, I don't know what I did. Oh, I pulled a muscle or something, I mean, and a lot of people just don't, put anything
That's what
into
your leg
something
got
wrong. Yeah.
red and hot and it hurt.
No. That's what Deb
Oh.
had told me would happen if I was getting a blood clot
right.
from the thing. Yeah, I'm good. I mean, I feel really good, Matt. I mean, I feel like the burden has been lifted. You know what I mean? I know I'm not 100% protected, but at least when I go out now, I've got an 86% chance that, even if somebody is sick around me, that I'm not going to get it, that I can go places I haven't been able to go to,
Good.
that I can go to, I mean, like my kids and, I mean, my kids have all had it and the grandkids have all had it. And so now we can go out to eat and even grandma can go and we can all be there. And, we can enjoy a meal in a restaurant and not have
Debbie is a
to
doctor?
all the time we're there. Where I am.
Is Debbie a doctor?
She's,
I didn't know that.
she's retired. No, she was a nurse.
Okay. I didn't know that
Sorry,
either.
Deb.
Well,
She's
I was
doctor.
actually thinking that. Just, I mean, from reading the comments, it's kind of
Yeah. Perfectly lovely lady. I've said this to her and I've said it to everybody, and I want to say it again. Of all of the people that we had met through these travels, and everything, I was always so sad that the arguments had ensued and that Debbie and I had stopped talking, because I always enjoyed her. I found her to be a very realistic person. She's quite the conversationalist, and she's just delightful to talk to. And I'm just glad that this path has come back around to where we can actually speak. And I mean, it was nice. It was like a homecoming. You know what I mean? Really, to be able to talk to her again, it was really nice.
good.
Because
I don't think I've ever talked to her any way like this.
Speaking of talking to people,
hey,
I haven't talked to you in like over a week.
Yeah.
Okay?
I've been
the lines down with the snow or what? I mean, I know.
I've been busy. Family issues.
I know.
How you doing, Millie?
So
yeah.
I've been monitoring the epidemic in a couple other countries lately, because without the drama, I'm actually able to catch up on TV shows, documentaries, and news.
Yeah.
And India is a big concern, like the last few days, the last week or so. India,
they're in big trouble.
What's going on with India? I think I did hear something about that.
They're having problems with the COVID thing. They're having to cut trees down in mass for cremation because there's nowhere to bury a lot of the dead.
See, I knew I heard something on the news the other morning when I woke up for work, and but it was real early, and I was still like real tired. I was trying to think of what they were talking about.
it makes me like, are we going to have like another go around of this shit? And I've also heard in the last few weeks or so, maybe a month, I don't remember the sources, but they were news sources. It wasn't CNN, but it was other places in this box. And they're saying that some doctors are looking at a third dose of COVID vaccine for some people.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, they
Enough of
are.
that. I'm not even getting one.
But they really don't even know yet, Melly. That's what they said at the place where I had mine, which is not part of the health department or anything. But the nurses there and the doctors there were hopeful that as this trial goes on, we're still only 6 to 9 months into the first variants of people getting the vaccines.
Yeah.
And of course, the new variants coming in. That's why so many people went and got one dose, the first shot.
Yeah.
Then they didn't go back for the second. But the problem is the second one is much stronger, but it also contains the formula for variants. And some of these people will have gotten their first one, which protects them from the original COVID-19 up to 80%. But what's going to happen without the second dose is if they run into somebody that's got one of the variants, then they are going to be subjected to that. Right. And unfortunately, that first vaccine is not going to stop a variant.
That's the word I couldn't remember was variant.
Did you take the shot, Debbie?
Yeah, they were talking because
Debbie probably had
people
to.
may not have the right whatchamacallit to fight the variants and all the possible offbeats of a new round of the epidemic.
And that's why the second one is making you sicker and have more of a reaction than the first, because when the second one enters into the body, the first one is already there, and those antibodies have prepared and said, okay, this is what we're fighting, but now you've got the variants are being introduced in the second shot, and the first vaccine is saying, hey, wait, no, we got to stop this. And then the immune system kicks in and says, okay, we'll do it all
take
together.
The first shot,
and that's why people are having.
You get sicker. You get
which
sicker.
Is the original.
And you get
COVID.
sicker with the second shot. Oh my God! I hope the third shot doesn't kill you.
Because it's the.
I mean, think about it. Worse and worse.
Man.
I
know.
Well, I just watched,
but your life's on the
anyway.
On
so I will tell you
line.
what the doctors. Okay, let me tell you what the doctors and the
nurses
said. They said that they are hopeful. Okay, they are hopeful.
I mean, we could be wrong, and we told you. I said I was hopeful.
Okay, because the trials, the trials did a very short period of time, but they're hoping that as the conditions go with the people, I mean, we're at 6 to 9 months with the first vaccinated people, and that we will see that, okay, that goes, then they'll say it's 9 to 12 months, and then they'll say, okay, it's going to be 12 to 18 months now, that these time panels will change as the people who are we guinea pigs, that will be there and we'll be okay. But if they're changing my genes, thank God, because you know what? I woke up the other day so happy. I don't know why. I mean, if they change my genes, I'm a happy person, and it just made me happy. If they're changing my genes,
why people would say that or what?
So, yeah, people
I don't believe
said
all that crap.
That they're altering our DNA and our genes, and I'm like, good, I got.
I don't think they're.
If I get the shot, I want it to alter my waistline. That's what I want.
Yeah, that too, Melly. Okay. Let's see. Do I want to be happy or do I want a slimmer waist? Boy, I don't know. You can't combine those two like a milkshake for me. I don't know. Yeah.
I just watched a documentary on Hulu or not Netflix, Hulu or Amazon Prime, and it was about the bird flu from 2006, 2008.
Ooh, yeah, that was bad.
It was about a 1 hour documentary. I'm gonna watch it again because back in 1975, I think, this Australian doctorate or professor or whatever, he oh geez, people are reporting comments, for fuck's sake.
See, I
No, I don't
see
see that either.
I don't
get
know.
that.
I don't know who's commenting because it doesn't show me, because I might have that person blocked, but it shows me the comment that's being reported.
Yeah.
And I've been pushing okay when I see it,
Yeah,
like always.
Yeah,
like
everybody hit
99%
okay when they report comments.
Like,
As long as you hit okay, everything be
anyway,
fine.
The documentary was about the bird flu, and this one Australian doctor who's probably dead now because, well, he's either dead or he's like in his 80s, gotta be, because the documentary took place in 2006, 2008, something like that. But he discovered how the bird flu came about, and he had a theory, and his college professors at the university basically laughed at him and tried to get him to not do the research back in the 60s or 70s. And he discovered how the bird flu is not transmitted by regular birds, but by birds that don't even have contact with human beings, birds that are out in the ocean.
Oh.
They are carriers of bird flu virus, supposedly.
Wow.
And everybody that laughed at him basically had to turn around and kiss his ass at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, that's believable.
Wow. That's interesting. Well, I did hear, where was that? It was on today. I got an AP because I really, there's one thing about Twitter. I really like following AP, because you get it all. But they reported, what country was it? It'll come later. They had all of the coronavirus people in this one facility in a hospital, and it caught on fire.
Oh, shit.
And they killed them all. I said, I wonder if that was pre-designed. Really, these foreign countries.
What'd you say,
are weird.
Bab? You wonder if it was what?
I wonder if it was pre-done.
Okay, right.
If they just
pre-planned
designed it, Matt, to get all of them, all the people in there that they knew that had COVID, to stop this spread.
Well, how big was the hospital, though?
Big. I'm trying to remember where it was. It was one of the. It wasn't Syria. What's the other one? Not there's Syria and Iran and Turkey, and maybe it was Turkey. I'll have to go back to the AP list and I'll write you. But yeah, the building caught on fire and blew up from all the oxygen and everything. And then that's been the problem in India. They haven't had no oxygen.
Well,
so they're having to wean people off of it.
The same guy or another guy in the documentary, I can't remember this part because I just stopped watching it before I seen you guys were live. This guy went around, I guess in the last 10 years or so, and dug up bodies in America of the people that died during the Spanish flu.
Right.
And he took their lung tissue and put it on samples and tested them that way.
Right.
And he found out some interesting things about the flu back then that nobody really knew about.
Of course not. No.
So that I'm going to rewatch the documentary and.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, oh shit.
Well, yeah, because that flu is what killed my grandfather. But it was amazing that people were wearing masks back then.
Yeah.
But not to the extent that they are now.
Right.
But he was an engineer on the railroad. And apparently, as conditions fell, the population or, the personnel actually on the train, on the railroads itself, had been cut. And,